Okay, lesson 217. I am not a body, I am free, for I'm still as God created me. Reviewing lesson 197, it can be but my gratitude I earn. And our reading is, who should give thanks for the salvation but myself? Who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? And how but through salvation can I find the self to whom my thanks are due? I love this lesson. I loved the reminder that it just, to me, what it does is it flips the worldview to saying, this is about my salvation, number one, not necessarily everybody doing what I'd like or life looking how I want it to be, but who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? So as I perform acts of kindness, as I share the light within me with others, as I forgive, as I follow guidance for anything, it's like, what would you need from the outside world but that inherent gift of living that life, living a life where you have so much you can give. So it's just such a beautiful perspective. And then it says, and how but through salvation can I find the self, capital S, to whom my thanks are due. So in embodying what I described, like all that the Course teaches us, seeing that to give is to receive, and to know your brothers are your salvation, to give thanks for everything, to know that God is orchestrating everything for your good, your awakening. So every chance I have to be in my loving heart, to be kind, to really tap into the kingdom of heaven, meaning just peace, then I'm in the capital S self. So then I can just be thankful. So I could imagine it could be you're in a situation in your life or a place in your life you're really struggling, and a lot of times people teach this idea of like you need to have firm boundaries, and like not necessarily your brother's your salvation, but like you have to safeguard yourself from the world. And so sometimes we're not necessarily full on in this practicing of looking at life like, okay, everything here is serving my awakening, and that's all I'm here for. So when that's clear, I think the rest comes naturally. When there's conflicting agendas, it can be hard to not expect the outer world to be grateful to you, and to say like, oh, well, I've had this thought personally, like, well, they doesn't appreciate me, or just lots of different ways that the thought system, all the options of keeping you separate could tell you how that expectations are normal, they're healthy, So anyway, I feel like you get me, but yeah. So it's just to say that when all is clear and you're actually on your mission here, you don't need anyone to recognize you, because being on your mission, being on your purpose is so rewarding. There isn't anything you'd need, because you're getting rewards constantly, because it's everything you're doing is bringing you back to peace. And so I can't say, the only practicing I noticed I had was, honestly, I gave thanks a ton today, because today felt so miraculous. It's the littlest things of like my mom's visiting, and just literally like, oh, we have this 2 things left in the refrigerator, but you love making that sandwich. Do you want to use those 2? And then and like, oh, Justine wants to play with her my whole meeting, and I got I'm just feeling like everything is aligning perfectly. So, yeah. So I'm just giving thanks. I was in a state of gratitude and life just felt rad. And there was just one little moment this evening, but we moved through it. And I had some awareness and I just went with it. We moved through it and left it behind. So all is good and I'm grateful. And tomorrow, only my condemnation injures me. Okay? So only that takes me off my mission and my purpose. So keep practicing. You're rocking it. Justine hasn't been present. I've been sneaking off. And she has other things now. She's growing up. She doesn't care where I am. Anyway, happy practicing. Take care.